So was there a big celebration at the Spoelstra household of being named Final Three for Coach of the Year?
Hopefully Tyler gets Sixth Man of the Year. I think it's deserving, and I'm just really stunned that Bam is not a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know what people are watching, and he's played enough games, so I don't want that as an excuse either. That's probably the biggest disappointment, the one disappointment of the year, and that's a shame. But if he just continues to do this, eventually you give people no choice but to recognize, what he's capable of doing.
So you guys already have a big goal of winning a championship, but do you think a snub like that for Bam, could it be something extra for him to carry throughout the...
I don't think so. I think he's totally driven by winning first and foremost. That's what makes him really unique, particularly for a young emerging star. His focus is on winning. But I think it's it's a byproduct of winning. Usually you get some individual accolades as well, and I think that would have been well deserved. But we'll move on, and we got bigger things to focus on.
And Coach, when it comes to Tyler, I know you've preached this all season long, but what does it say about his unselfishness to be in that position when he can easily start?
Yeah, he could start. He's our sixth starter, though.
Right.
Everything is so antiquated, just in terms of labeling positions. Starters, all of those things. He plays starters minutes. He closes games for us. That's really what matters. So what he comes in 5 minutes into a game. But I get it. And it would be nice to see him get rewarded for that. Because he's been so productive and been a big part of us winning. And if that could be recognized for an award. That's not the end-all, be-all, but certainly those are nice things for players.
When you look at Trey and you look at Don yesterday going for 1 for 20, can you almost throw that out?
Yeah.
Credit your defense, but at the same time,
you got to throw it out. Those guys have seen it, every scheme. It was a quick turnaround, so they played an emotional game on Friday night. They're much better. They've had a season of being the number 2 offense in the league. They faced all the schemes, all year long. That's a big part of our respect for what they're capable of doing, and they can ignite it at any point. And we have to be, ready for much more of a profile of how they normally play offensively.
So this is your first playoff experience with PJ. What's PJ like at this time of the year? You talked about.
I love it. I love just the absolute fierceness, toughness, competitiveness, and he's got an incredible mind and IQ for the game, both ends of the floor. He's one of the smartest players I've coached. It's really a hard thing to do, is be that intense, but also be so disciplined and detailed. That's why he's had so much success over the course of his career, and I don't think anybody ever knows what his stat numbers are. I think his highlight film should be played, during rookie orientation, what it really looks like to be a winning player, and it's not just about how many points you score, how many shots you can get up.
So I know you don't want to compare yourself.
I don't, so
I'm not going to ask you about yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
What does the Coach of the Year nomination say about this year, or this year?
I don't know, there's a lot of really talented coaches. I think this profession is always incredibly tough, but where it's been trending to the last several years, just makes it really challenging. Super talented, diverse coaching staffs, a lot of creativity, innovation. It's happened in the game in the last decade, and I think it's been great for the game, and it'll continue to innovate.
So there were a couple of possessions early yesterday. I don't know how intentional it was on Atlanta's part, but Trey took Bam on the switch, and then the two of them were kind of off to the side of 30 feet, and it felt like the rest of the possession was 4-on-4 for Atlanta. Is that a good defensive result for you if the best offensive player and Bam are away from the play and then the rest of it's 4-on-4?
Yeah, it just depends. A lot of it always is context. How many times? What's the context of that possession? And what is that? What do the 4-on-4s situations look like? There was only a handful of those. So it just depends.
Well, when you were talking about the result of your defensive impact, it says none of it's possible basically without him.
Yeah.
Can you just distill what he does for your group?
Yeah, just watch, any one of our games, not just last night, but, you have a defensive system that's built around his toughness and versatility. And it's not a cliche. It's not just a thing you throw out there that he can literally guard 1 through 5. You can count on one hand in this association of 450 how many guys that you can legitimately say that can compete on the ball 1 through 5, all 5 positions. And he's at the very top of that list. That's unique unto itself.
Erik, having had a chance to watch the film, what kind of things stood out as far as what you liked?
So this morning, and again, I just think you're going to get a much more prepared team, and they're not going to reinvent the wheel. They're a great offensive team. They've been that all year long, and particularly the last 3 months while they've gotten healthy. And they've, like I've said, they've seen every scheme, and they've been able to conquer every scheme. And really put points on the board. We're looking at that as, it was great to have that game and to be able to come out with the win. But we have to be ready, for, what they're capable of.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.